everybody, we are up here in Foxborough for the last Mass Cruisers Cruise Night of the year for 2023. Perfect night, guys. It is the middle of October, October 19th. It is 63 degrees out. It's sunny. We're gonna get a nice turnout. The problem is we're only gonna get like 2 hours up here tonight because the sun goes down before 6. So we're up here now. I'm gonna go through and shoot as much as I can, pick out my top 10, 15, 20 favorite cars of the night, give you a little insight on them. But there's some really cool stuff up here already. And some stuff I haven't seen much of, so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. Start with this beautiful 68 Mustang GT Fastback in green with the 302. I like the GT hubcaps on the steel wheels. It's got the nice interior. It's a 4-speed, great color. You can see the color in the sun a little bit. It is a little bit of that green. I'm sure when it's dark it looks like it's more black, but great color. Beautiful body style. 67, 68 are probably the nicest looking of the GTs from that era, and this one's just a really good looking car. Then we pop over right here and we have this little ranch wagon in white, and you know I love the wagons with the white walls. Great looking car. This one gives me like an old school, even like utility vibe. Like could be used as like a police car and ambulance in the white. Just looks so cool, and again, great body style, great color, just super clean. Love the style. Next we have this beautiful 57 Chevy. I like the Krager style wheels, the blue flames on it with the silver. Good looking car, nice interior, super clean, beautiful under the hood. So this is a great looking car up here tonight too. And then I was taking a look around this little section here with this Chevelle right here with the 396, this gorgeous orange hot rod. I love the color on it. This beautiful 409, I think it's a Biscayne. Beautiful car here, and then we have this gorgeous C2 Corvette right next to it. So great little selection of cars right over here as well. 69 Mach 1 as well in the gold. Again, I like it with the steel wheels with the wheel covers. Good color combination. 351 again, the matte black hood with the gold paint. That same magnetic stripe we showed on that 69 at the show the other day. Good looking car right here too. Another, again, great body style on these Mustangs. Thunderbolt clone right here. Side exhaust, slicks, 4-speed, reverse teardrop hood scoop. Body colored bumpers. This thing looks like it's set up to drag race, and it's a great looking car in this color combination. Big fan. That reverse hood scoop, these would have typically been fiberglass, and they would have lowered or they made thinner steel on these cars so they were lighter. So this is very cool to see. And again, with the 4-speed, the updated gauges, but a lot of the originality in the dash and the great looking seats. It's a very cool car right here. So we have a super clean first gen Monte SS. So this would have been like in 84, 85. Good color though. I don't really see this one in the white before. Usually the white, you get the blue graphics with it. So to see the white with kind of that purple graphic with the black is pretty cool. Still have the steelies. That's kind of the easiest way on these old Montes to get a gauge of what year it is. So 86 or 87, they went over to the more aluminum style wheels like you have on the IROCs, but the earlier ones had the steelies like this with the center cap and the chrome ring. And this one has a nice interior. It's the red interior with the console shifter. So very clean Monte, and again, kind of a unique color. And like I said, I haven't really seen these stripes before on the white, so very cool. 85 or 86 with the flush headlights, the 2.3 turbo. I like the wheels. We shot these before with the dual plane wing. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but it's kind of neat. Again, not a lot of the SVOs kind of hang around here, so this one's pretty nice. Pretty sharp on it. So kind of a cool car, 5-speed. This is pretty neat as well. Also have a great selection of Porsches up here. A couple of the older 911s, a couple of newer 911s. We have a 944 over here, all very clean, all looking really nice up here today. So I figured I would shoot a little of these over here. Kind of a cool selection of the Porsches right over here. Their value is really good, but they're a pretty cool car. This is a 390, not a huge platform. It doesn't weigh a ton, but it's a little bit more luxurious, but this looks awesome. So you just have the black wheels in, chrome lugs, chrome center cap. And this thing looks pretty sinister with the black top, which hasn't been redone. The paint's not perfect on it, but it looks good enough. This would be like so much fun, because it's something I believe you probably pick one of these up for 15 grand and go and have a ton of fun with it. You get that swing away steering wheel. This one is an automatic. This would be a fun car to go grab, and it looks awesome. And again, it's a little bit underrated, as wife loves purple and she would kill me, but this one has matching purple wheels. Again, the cutlasses are really, pretty all over the place, but these are pretty neat because this one's just a unique, different color. This is a pretty crazy van. I'm just seeing that giant center exhaust. I have no idea what's going on with this van. I see the wheelie bars, I see the slicks, the giant exhaust, the flames. This is pretty crazy. So this is a neat truck. No idea what they're pushing in it, but it is a cool color. You know, when you see a minivan with these flames and these giant wheels with a wheelie bar, so very cool, something completely unique and different, so very cool car. But I love it's in that like butternut yellow with the black stripe. Looks super subdued with the big Rally Sport wheels, so it's got the customized Rally Sports in a larger size with that big 502. This thing is awesome. It's, you know, as much as a Camaro can be a sleeper, this one is a little bit of a sleeper, right? You look at it from the paint on the outside, the Rally wheels, you're not thinking it's anything crazy, but that big beautiful 502, and this thing is gorgeous under the hood. I love the orange on the motor. You know, the air cleaner is very nice. This is just an absolutely stunning car. And again, I love something that's a little bit more houndstooth interior, automatic. Like, this thing is badass. This car looks like an amazing build. But again, you're not expecting this car to do what it's going to do in a 502. It's at least 500 horse. This thing is a monster. Awesome car. LeBaron convertible, only because they're a little near and dear. This was like my wife and I, we got first vacation. We were, you know, we were pretty young at the time. I think we were 21. And I had rented one of these and she was pissed because I had terrible credit at the time. It was on her credit card. And they're like, oh, do you want a convertible? I'm like, yeah. And it cost like an extra like $50 a day, which back then was a lot of money to us for the amount of money we were making. And it was this little LeBaron convertible. And I remember driving it. It was actually a lot of fun. It was fun with the top down. It looked cool. Wasn't the most best performance car in the world, but it had good style and it was comfortable. So again, I haven't seen one in years. These things got pretty used up and thrown away to see. So to see one this nice than original is always something different. And no disrespect, I hope you don't hate the video, but if you can see something like this, you're gonna see a million Chevelles, so very cool. Pretty unique, you're not gonna see these very often together. So this gorgeous 69 Charger, 426 Hemi. Right next to it we have a 68 Charger RT, both RTs, 440 Magnum, 426 Hemi, and you can see the slight differences in the grille. So this one had the split in the grille, this one had the solid front grille. The bumpers are pretty comparable. When you go to 71, they would put that chrome, 70, they put the chrome surround around the whole car. The 70 has the vinyl top, I'm sorry, 68 has this vinyl top on it, and the redline wheels. The 69 has the solid top, same wheels, but this has the more modern BF Goodrich's. But to see the Hemi and the 440. Now, what was interesting, the Hemi was a faster motor if you could get it all out. But if you were just driving these cars on the road, a lot of people would tell you that 440 was just as good a performance motor. You know, it was a little easier to kind of live with. You can see the difference on the motors, and there was difference on these was the heads. So if you can see the motor in here, and then you see the size in here, just a huge difference on what they have for heads in there. These Hemis could breathe a little more, a little better on the top end. Now, we do have automatics on both. This is a column shift automatic. This is a console shift automatic. But these are both absolutely stunning Chargers. And again, when you start to look at the back, you do have the differences. So in 68, you had the circular taillights. They went to the more squared off taillights in 69. Love the gas cap filler on the back. You can still see that window. Now, when they went to NASCAR with these, they had the Charger 500, which would make that window flush. These were creating problems for downforce with these, so they didn't work as well as they wanted to. So NASCAR went in and created the 500 with the window that would go all the way to the back, create more of a fastback style. And then obviously you get into like the Charger Daytona, which brought in the wing and the nose cone, which compete with some of the stuff that Ford was doing to give it that more aerodynamic and do that, you know, 200 plus miles an hour on the super speedways. Two absolutely stunning examples of one of the nicest looking cars ever made, the 68 and 69 Dodge Charger. Gorgeous. Now this is a great looking like 82 Mustang GT. Wow. TRX wheels in the black. This thing looks great. I'm gonna try to see where he parks and see if we can get a little more of a video. And I know this character right here, he's got his vet up here, always looking great. Took a trophy with us over in Attleboro the other day. The vet still looks awesome, so very cool to see. I saw this little Falcon we were coming in, and I love the color on it. I like the wheels, the hubcaps. This is a little 289. Seats look really cool. This is just a great little car in this color. And again, something you don't see as often, kind of that more formal hard top. And it looks great in this body style and this color. Yeah, just something, again, a little different. You're not going to see all the time in these cars, and I like the seats. Those big puffy pleated seats. Actually looks like a manual too. This is a pretty neat little car, something you don't see all the time. Different and unique up here. So I saw this 96 Beretta. I was just talking to the owner. It's pushing out like over 400 horse, running 11 and a half second in the quarter, which you remember these cars back in the day is crazy fast. The Z26, I remember with my old Fox body and my Trans Am GTA, we'd run up against the Z24s and 26s and 34s, and they were a cool appearance package, but I love the fact he's put this cool color on it. great wheels, actually done some performance mods. It looks awesome under the hood. And we were just chatting, he's like, well, this is as fast as I'm gonna go because I don't want to put a cage in. I don't blame him. It's not fun putting a cage in these old cars, and this is pretty neat. So this is something cool and different, something cool to see. And then right next to it, we got a cool Cyclone. Again, I don't need to go super deep in these. I love the Cyclones. Again, fastest car in America back when they came out. They put this on, and Car and Driver put this on the magazine against a Ferrari 348 and it beat it in the quarter mile. All-wheel drive, 4.3 V6 turbo, faster than a Ferrari, out of the factory, fastest car made at the time. So very cool, unique, and again, an all-wheel drive pickup that could beat a Ferrari. What else do you need to say back in how crazy the 90s were? We shot in Foxborough, but I want to shoot it again. I like the 442 hood pins, the white stripes, the red fenders for the W30 pack. Very cool car, automatic. So again, love the color, love the car. I do love these cutlasses. I like this body style quite a bit. And again, it's pretty cool to see the W30, see the red fenders inside, which is usually a pretty good indication pretty far away that it is a W30 car. All right, guys, so one of the cars that pulled me in was this beautiful 82 Mustang. It's got the aftermarket 16-inch, the Repro TRX wheels. They look awesome on the car. They fit it just perfectly. When this car pulled in, what it really called to me was just how clean it was, how original looking. It's got the 5-liter under the hood with the 4-barrel. What was so cool about these cars is after 2 years of going to the 4.2, so 79 had the 5.0, it was a little detuned. 80 and 81 had the 4.2 with like no horsepower. 80 and 81. 82 came back and brought the 5.0 back with a high output, like 155 horse. But this was quick at the time. I remember Motor Trend doing one of the one of the shootouts, or Motor Week, between this and the IROC and the Firebird, and this just dusted all of them. It was a much faster car off the line. This car only weighed like 3,200 pounds. It'd be a high 14-second quarter-mile car, and at the time it was really, really quick. And this one's super nice in the black, very clean. Love the wheels on this car. Again, Celine Fox body 294 in red. This one's really clean. The red and gold is kind of a unique color combination. Again, less common than a lot of the other colors out there. This one's really nice too, very clean, paint looks good, wheels are really nice on the car. I'm thinking the wheels are newer than the car itself. Looks like a newer year. But this one has kind of the gold interior with it as well. The Celine gauges, the flow-through seats, the Celine door panels, very cool car. And this was number 294 of this year in the red, very, very cool. It's a 70 Boss 302 in white. You very rarely see the white. This one's super sharp. The Magnum 500 wheels, I love it. It's got the polyglass tires, so it's very original, very clean and original under the hood with the shaker hood scoop. Again, Ford's answer to the Trans Am Racing Series, along with the Z28 Camaro, 4-speed. They were all manual cars. You couldn't get an automatic on these out of the factory. Factory rear window louvers, the spoiler. Again, the white's just such a cool color, and it's very unique. You see it a lot less even in like the turquoise or the greens. This is just a very unique color for the Boss, and this one looks awesome. You never see a Gremlin X. This one's cool in the orange. Krager SS's, BF Goodrich radial TAs, got the 5-liter, so I'm guessing it's the 304 in this, which I think was the factory motor, and this was the 304. This one is an automatic. The interior is pretty cool. The turned aluminum dash like the Pontiacs had, the high bucket seats, the cool little Gremlin logo. But most of these were 304s, and like I said, with the 5-liter, and I'm guessing it's a 304, so a little V8. In a small little car like this was super fun, and again, something totally unique and different. These guys were just doing stuff that was off the wall, and I absolutely love them. All right, guys, kind of a cool opportunity to go through and show you a couple of generations of the C4s. This is like a 90, I'm guessing, because it has the new dash. The reason that makes me think it's a 90 is it has the salad shooter wheels, which are only out for a couple of years, but it does still have the L98. You can see the engine designation badge in there, so the L98, which is still the older motor, with these wheels. Like I said, they were only out for a couple of years. Great color. So what you see on here too is it also has the concave rear end, which this one would be the rear end that would kind of bow out, and you go to the square tail lights on here, you have the round tail lights. So this is going to be a 91 through 96. Saw blade wheels, again the same newer back. This is the LT1, so more horsepower. These are huge debate in the community about which is a better motor. These are both super torquey, but L98 people love, tons of torque, very cool car. But you can see two really good looking C4s, and this is the last of the generation that first came out in '84. And this is that next iteration of the C4 that we continue on. You see the front end wouldn't change a ton. What you notice is the side marker would change, and then the fog lights would change. These would be a little more recessed, and then they integrated the side marker. This one didn't do that, and they changed the fins just a little bit behind the rear wheel. So these ones get to be a little bit more aggressive. So very cool, both really nice cars. But again, showing you the kind of the differences on the two C4s here from this generation, where you go into like I said, the 90 with the new dash but the older motor, those 1 or 2 year only salad shooter wheels, and to this version, like I said, with the saw blades and all the new stuff that was on here. Both beautiful cars, and if you've never driven one, a really nice driving car on the highway. Great cruiser. Cool up here. We saw a couple of those big block, the 502 and the 540 Camaros up here. This is a 427, which was a factory option. This is a beautiful car. I love the wheels on it. It is an automatic, the red interior. It is an RS, but it does still have the gauges on the console, and in the console. So those extra gauges, the ones you'd find on the newer Camaros, they'd reproduce. It does have the hideaway headlights, and it is a 427 in the white with the black. It's a really good-looking car. So again, this is a really cool factory big block car, which was an option you could have optioned back then. So very, very cool. Nice, big fan of these. Industrial truck stuff that was actually used back then for working, and to see this 50 Chevy truck out of Hyde Park is very cool. And again, it's designed as a work vehicle, and I don't know if it's still being used as an advertising piece, but it's very nice, and I love the paint, love the wheels. Very, very cool, unique car and truck. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the season up here at Bass Pro Shop. Great turnout. I didn't really shoot a 5 or 10. I shot a lot of cars today. I didn't shoot everything. There was a ton up here. A lot of the cars we've seen over the years, so I try to find a lot of unique and different stuff. If I didn't shoot your car, it wasn't intentional. I may have shot at another show. There's just so much stuff up here. And like I said, I wanted to shoot some stuff that was pretty unique or different or special. Guys, I'm not sure what's going to happen the rest of the season. There's supposed to be a couple more shows, but we're expecting bad weather. This could be the last car show of the year. If it is, there'll still be content in the winter. We're still going to shoot some stuff. It just won't be as frequent. I appreciate everybody checking us out. Please hit that like and subscribe button, guys. I'd love to be at 500 subscribers by the time we get to the new season next year. So I appreciate all of you helping us out with it. I hope you had an amazing season like we did. I'm hoping to see 1 or 2 more shows with you, but I'm not expecting it with weather. So that's it. We'll talk to everybody soon. Drive safe. Have a great winter with your vehicles. And yeah, we'll see everybody at the next shows.